name_NRP. Second, during the lecture, please turn on the camera, mute audio, and only turn on the audio when the moderator gives the change. Third, please fill your attendance at intip.in/LP21 attendance. And our committee also send the attendance link in the at the Zoom chat room. For participants who wish to ask questions during the question and answer, please send your question to intip.in/LP questions 2021. The link for question listed on the chat room too. Or you can ask directly by clicking the raise hand feature. Ladies and gentlemen, Global Learning Program is a learning program dedicated to ITS students taking general courses within their study period. The course will be delivered by worldwide professors and experts to provide international learning environment. The program is also open for all ITS students to enhance their competency and English skill. So don't miss this wonderful chance. Today's course is Insight and Application of Technology. Will be delivered by our speaker today, Dr. Zulhasni. Dr. Zulhasni Abdul Rahim from University Technology Malaysia with the title Acceleration of SDGs 9 using TRIZ, Theory of Inventive Problem Solving, and the moderator Mr. Herdayanto Sulistyo Putra from ITS Surabaya. Without further ado, let me introduce our moderator today. Our moderator today is Mr. Herdayanto Sulistyo Putra from ITS Surabaya. Mr. Herdayanto Sulistyo Putra got bachelor degree at Department Chemistry at ITP, and she got Master of Science at ITB too. And now Mr. Herdayanto is the candidate of the PhD at University of Aberdeen, Scotland. And Mr. Herdayanto also has he has the professional position at the coordinator at Social Engineering at Dev of Smart Eco Campus Unit at ATS and coordinator of Biochemistry Group in Department of Chemistry. Without further ado, let's proceed to my agenda. To Herdayanto, the time is yours.
Thank you, Miss Vivi. How are you, everyone? And it's good to see you this afternoon. Now, before we start the session, this is going to be a really, really great lecture. I would like to introduce our beloved speaker for today. So, can you change for the next slide, please? Okay. So our speaker for today is Dr. Zulhasni bin Abdul Rahim. He's from University Technology Malaysia, and he got his PhD from UTM, we call it University Technology Malaysia, and current position as a National TRIZ Innovation Expert, and also as a senior lecturer at Malaysia Japan International Institute of Technology, MGIIT, University Technology Malaysia, UTM. And in 2017, he was working in Transformation Assistant Manager at Proton Holdings Berhad. So I think Proton is one of the national vehicle from Malaysia. And in 2006, as a senior production executive at Nisikon, Malaysia. And he has some publications, and the titles was The Application of Computational Thinking and TRIZ Methodology in Patent Innovation Analytics. And he also has publication in Design to Cost Framework in Product Design using Inventive Problem Solving Technique. So as you can see, he's been working with this method. It's called TRIZ. Okay, and I think today we will hear him discussing about how we can use this method TRIZ to solve one of the problem from SDG, or Sustainable Development Goals, number 9, which is industry, innovation, and infrastructure. So it will be related with our course actually, because we're learning about problems, about innovation, about industry, technology, and everything. And we hope that we can learn a lot from him. And please do ask a lot of questions. It will be really, really great to hear some from him. Okay, I will welcome first Dr. Zul Hasni. How are you today?
Hello, hi. My name is Zulasni. So I'm fine here in Malaysia.
Right. Okay.
How's Indonesia?
Oh, in Indonesia, it's still hot as usual. I mean, we have same darkness in our skin, you know. So probably same hot with Malaysia, and and I think on this beautiful day, just a few days after Idul Fitri, right? So it's a great day to start and to learn something about innovation. And I believe you have something that we can learn a lot too. So I will give the time, well, 55 minutes, I suppose. You can do your presentation, and please have fun, Dr. Zulhasni.
Okay. Thank you very much, Professor Danang, for your introduction. Okay. And also welcoming remark. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. So let me share my screen first. Okay. For our session. Okay. Okay. So hopefully that everyone able to see my slide. Okay. So Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good afternoon everyone. Okay. So my name is Dr. Zulasni bin Abdul Rahim. I'm from University Technology Malaysia and in Malaysia. Okay. And my office is in Kuala Lumpur. Okay. And today I would like to wish a great appreciation and thank you for the organizer. Okay. ITS Global Engagement, and also the moderator for having me to be be a part of this program. Okay. And in this program is actually we are talking about ITS Global Learning Program, which is initially the topic will be quite different. Okay. But we have changed a bit regarding with our topic, which title Acceleration of SDG 9. Okay. So what is SDG 9? It is a sustainable industrialization and foster innovation. So this is actually our focus point, and I'm introducing a new tools which called TRIZ. Okay. Theory of Inventive Problem Solving. Okay. So between both areas, we will share a bit on how actually we able to move forward with this kind of combination between SDG 9 and also TRIZ. Okay. So yeah, a bit of background about myself. Okay. Actually, my first life is more towards industry. Okay. So I've worked with mold designer, developing a plastic mold, and also electronic product, developing electronic capacitor for 3 years. And lastly, before I joined academic, okay, 11 years in automotive company. Okay, like mentioned by our moderator, I've worked in Proton Holdings. Okay, it is one of the national car here in Malaysia. Okay, so with this kind of background industry experience, okay, I've decided to change my function, okay, to contribute more towards academic and close the gap between academic and also industry. Okay, so I've done my further study, PhD in TRIZ. Okay, and the impact is quite amazing. Okay, so this called tool or knowledge called TRIZ, I will present to all of you, and hopefully that it become a life-changing knowledge, okay, for your new future. Okay, so this is a background about myself. Okay, this is where I'm working right now. Okay, in UTM, Malaysia Japan International Institute of Technology in Kuala Lumpur. Okay, for those who have the opportunity later on after COVID, okay, come to Kuala Lumpur and try to what do you call, text me. Okay, so we can meet in Kuala Lumpur. Okay, inshallah. So a bit of background about my institute is actually a G2G, government to government project, okay, where actually Malaysian government are working with Japanese government and try to provide a Japanese engineering education, okay, blended with Malaysian kind of education system, okay. And this kind of vision is very important. It is so-called a pilot program, and hopefully that the relationship between Malaysia and also Japan can be more valuable in future. Okay. So this is a short video about my institute. Okay, enjoy. Okay, thank you for your attention. Okay, now we go back to our topic that we will try to share with all of our members here. Okay, so our topic will focus more towards SDG 9. Okay, so what is SDG 9? Okay, build resilience, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. Okay, so those are the keywords that reflects what is SDG 9. Okay, this is actually to develop infrastructure to promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization and foster innovation. Okay, so the word industrialization, okay, and also innovation is really what you call carry out high value potential for us to tap the opportunity and try to move forward with this so-called sustainable development goal. Okay, so under this SDG 9, okay, we have 9.1 is looking at the quality, the development, and the sustainability of infrastructure. Okay, so this is the thing that we try to improve, not just in Malaysia, but also around the world, Indonesia, of course, Thailand, and Asian region. Okay, 9.2 is to promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization. Okay, so for Malaysia, we have worked for, I think, more than 20 years on the industrialization and manufacturing sector. Okay, so we produce a lot of goods and product, okay, from electronic company, automotive, aerospace, and so on and so forth. Okay, so how we want to move forward with this SDG. 9.4 is looking at the upgrading or retrofit industry to be more efficient, more sustainable, okay, with the use of technology. Okay, so this is one of the key elements that we should look into, because most of us here is a young future engineer, or what do you call, CEO or executive. Okay, so we need to ensure that which direction we want to go, and we want to focus towards this SDG 9. Okay, so and then in a part of it is to facilitate sustainability and develop what we call in the developing countries, such as Malaysia and other Asian country. Okay, and support any small developing country towards the same goal. Okay, so this is the core focus of SDG 9. And then a part of it, okay, is actually the challenges. Okay, as we know, this is the goal of SDG 9. We want to move more specific. Okay, what will be the challenges, such as lack of basic infrastructure. Okay, now everybody use internet. Okay, so internet also become a key resources for us in education, in businesses, and so on and so forth. Okay, and then we have challenges of poor infrastructure, poor maintenance. Okay, and then we also compromise our environment for our profit. Okay, so we need to make sure that the way we move forward with SDG 9 is focusing on investing a sustainable infrastructure, what you call a strong, and it is applicable throughout our lifetime. And then talking about the use of material, energy to benefit industry, to benefit society. Okay, and then we need to make sure that we have seen that a lot of natural disaster, okay, coming in our areas of the country, in Japan, and so on and so forth. So we need to start something now to make sure that we able to work together with the industry, with the academic, and also with the society towards this SDG 9. Okay. One of the recent impact is actually COVID-19. Okay, this is happening all over the world, and we can see that the businesses, okay, the operation, okay, are declining. Okay, so meaning that we cannot go outside and do business as usual. Okay, we need to work from home. I think like me and other kind of colleagues. Okay, we have online classes and so on and so forth. This somehow create a strong impact to our daily life, to our works, and so on and so forth. Okay, so we need to make sure that this implication is actually an acid test for us to make sure that we need to focus ourselves in SDG 9 to create more sustainable and more resilient in terms of industry operation, innovation, and infrastructure. Okay, so this is the scope of SDG 9. So what? Okay, the question is so what? Okay, so we have heard a lot of this SDG 9. Okay, so what we should do? Okay, what is the first step we should take? Okay, how to do it? Okay, this is the element that is not really explained to us explicitly. Okay, who would like to take this kind of job? who is the champion in doing this, okay? Because the the goal is too huge for us to grab, okay? As a student, as a lecturer, as an engineer, or so on and so forth, okay? So this is where actually I've tried to think of the best way for every one of us, okay, to learn about the methods, okay, the way, the steps, the tools, the technique, okay, for us to learn it and use it, okay, to contribute towards the total vision of SDG 9, okay. So this is my role where I introduce you to the tool called TRIZ, okay. So a bit of background about my involvement starting at 2014, okay. I've been invited by the government of Malaysia, okay, to change the mindset of innovation, okay, at the highest level of policy in Malaysia. And from there, I've been invited by the Ministry of Prime Minister Office, okay, and try to introduce TRIZ, okay, and help everyone, okay, the Malaysian people try to learn this tool called TRIZ and try to change how we think about industrialization, about innovation, and about the development of Malaysia. Okay, so this is my first recognition and involvement in become a TRIZ agent. Okay, for Malaysia. Okay, so what is TRIZ? Okay. So it's a crash course for us within the 55 minutes, okay? So I have a lot of slides actually, okay, but I do it step by step, okay? So TRIZ is an acronym from Russia, okay? So it stands for T for Teoria, R for Rasenya, I for Izobretatilskik, Z for Zadach. Okay, so it's not a Javanese kind of what you call language or what you call any native language in Indonesia. It's a Russian acronym. Okay, Teoria Resenya Izobretatilskik Zadach. Okay, so in English we call it a theory of inventive problem solving. In Bahasa we call it teori penyelesaian masalah inventif. Okay. So that's how we pronounce in Bahasa Melayu. So this is the founder, Gendrit Altschuler. Okay. So it's from Baku, Azerbaijan. Okay. So when the starting point of his journey developing this kind of knowledge is where Altschuler been asked by the military of that country to contribute during the World War II. Okay. His background is more towards scientific creativity study. Okay, so he been appointed as an officer in military to study a certain technology. Okay, so he been given opportunity to look into a lot of patented technology. Okay, and from his observation, he can see that there's methods for us to improve, to solve problem, technical problem, engineering problem faster when you have a very strong database. Okay, so he studied about 200,000 patents. Okay, and he came out with a tools or methods to solve technical and engineering problem faster than ever. Okay, so in his observation, he found out there's a three key element. Okay, the first one is after study all the database of patented technology, he found out there's a problem and solution always repeated. Okay, when they want to design an aeroplane, the problem is weight and also strength. Okay, weight and strength. Okay, so if they create a more heavier aeroplane, okay, because of the strength, okay, bulletproof strength, then the aeroplane is heavy. So the strength, the weight, and also the bulletproof feature. Okay. Similar when they design a tank, military tank. Similar to then we design a submarine and so on and so forth. Okay. So the problem is repeated. So does the solution. Okay. So for us laymen here, okay, every time we face a problem, actually, there's somebody already solved your problem. Okay, you need to find out, okay, because when you know that there's somebody already learn how to solve your problem, it is easier for us to learn from others. Okay, instead of we are developing the solution from scratch, okay, and then we try to develop the solution and facing a lot of challenges. Okay, in academic, I think we are familiar with literature review. Okay, it is similar concept where actually we try to study all the possible concept, theory, methodology. Okay, and it is easier for us to learn from them when it is starting from scratch. Okay, and number two in TRIZ theory is actually technology is actually evolved. Okay, the first telephone and then evolve into a smartphone and then evolve. Okay, it changed. The technology changed. So in TRIZ, you can predict what's happened next. Okay, so I throw you one question. Maybe you can type it in the chat box. Okay, what is the next smartphone? Okay, so now everybody have used smartphone, but can you predict what's happened in future for the next 5 years? What happened to your smartphone? What is the changes? What it will become in future? Okay, so in trees they can predict what's happened next. We can see the progression. Okay, the changes of the computer, the changes of car, the changes of aeroplane, and because of this changes is repeating, we can predict what is the next car, what is the next laptop, what is the next smartphone. Okay, so this is the powerful tool that we call TRIZ. Okay, and number three, innovation come outside the existing area or the original area of problem. Okay, meaning that I'm a mechanical engineer by profession. Okay, so I've worked with automotive, with all the mechanical elements and so on and so forth. Okay, but I miss out some solution, innovative solution are coming from chemical, are coming from electronic, are coming from food industry. Okay, which produce solution is far more cheaper, far more better, and far more effective in terms of performance. Okay, so this is actually open up a blind spot. Okay, for me as a mechanical engineer, actually there's a different perspective, a solution that coming from outside my mechanical engineering knowledge. Okay, so Altshuler developed this tool from his study of pattern, and he challenged me and he's challenged all of you to try to solve technical problem or engineering problem in 15 minutes. Okay, so this is a huge problem, a huge challenge. Okay, so if you learn TRIZ, okay, which focusing on the skill of problem solving, so we know that this problem solving, complex problem solving is skill is on the top of the list of World Economic Forum for graduates for future job. Okay, so we need to understand how does you can solve technical and engineering problem in 15 minutes. That's why we need to learn TRIZ. Okay, so this kind of knowledge will support SDG 9, which make inclusive the innovation skill, innovation project, innovation product can become inclusive where everybody can be exposed to this kind of knowledge, to this kind of method, and contribute to the society. Okay, that's why I introducing this tool to support SDG 9. So in a nutshell, TRIZ is a tool. Okay, to open up a screw, okay, you need a screwdriver. To open up a nut and bolt, you need a spanner. Okay, similar to TRIZ, okay, we have several tools. Okay, but we need to make sure that we use a correct tool. Okay, for solving a problem, problem definition, solution, to solve problem from people and so on and so forth. Okay, so this is actually the challenges that we face. Okay. So, and then during my what do you call experience, okay, as a engineer, and now I have become a lecturer. Okay, I've learned a lot when I'm become a fresh graduate. Okay, because in the real world practice, okay, it is different from the university knowledge. Okay, and then from there we have a lot of challenges. We learn new things. We make a lot of mistakes. Okay, and then I've learned TRIZ. Okay, I try to share with all of my colleagues, friends, all over Malaysia, and Alhamdulillah, I have an opportunity to share TRIZ with all the Indonesian members here in this forum. Okay, and then I'm not stopping there. Okay, I try to become a consultant for other industry. Okay, and I develop my own spin-off. Okay, I develop my own intellectual property. I put it under university, and university allow me to develop a company which use and utilize university intellectual property. Okay, so I also have my own company because of this innovation. Okay, so you can also have your own company lah. Okay, so the challenges of all graduates, fresh graduate especially, is actually to see the world as a dynamic and complex world. Okay, it's not about all the things, theoretical thing that you've learned from the textbook, from your lecturer. Okay, and some of you have their own dreams, ideal state, where actually that after I graduate, I can get a lot of salary. I can work with a big company. I can become what you call the best staff or whatever it is. Okay, but in this real world, we have a lot of challenges. Okay, we have politic challenges, which is not learned from university. Okay, we have what they call discrimination. We have a lot of all the side effect kind of element. Okay, which not actually a part what we have learned in university. Okay, now we want to solve all these challenges with innovation. Okay, this is actually the challenges. Okay, and then from there I've learned doing industry with Japanese culture. Okay, and it is not all about engineering. Yeah, there's also leadership, there's also politics, there's also value, and so on and so forth. Okay, and the most knowledge that I acquire is from developing cars. Okay, from end to end. Okay, so I've received an opportunity to develop Saga, Inspira, Izora, and Iris. Okay, so I've worked with production, I work with R&D, and I also work with corporate strategy. Okay, this is a short video about my involvement in
around 0.2 to improve consistency, accuracy, and time. The accuracy that we require for our product quality is around 0.2 mm to 1 mm. Faro is one of equipment able to meet our requirement in manufacturing. Using the Ferro laser scan arm and Ferro arm, Proton found that the implementation of portable digital 3D measuring technology allowed for vastly improved manufacturing processes and inspection across the board. The accuracy and also the lead time to produce a good report is very significant to our quality improvement activity. Ferro technology delivered a return on investment in half the time originally expected, due to an even higher volume of usage than anticipated.
Okay, so in this video, actually, I would like to highlight that as a young, what you call graduates, okay, we actually have a lot of advantages in terms of learning new digital knowledge, okay, where actually all the senior people would not like to learn, okay. So once you have been have this so-called opportunity to work with the industry, basically you need to use all your new technology savvy knowledge, okay, and try to change the game in our traditional process, okay. So this so-called knowledge able to support so-called SDG 9, which is industrialization. And one of the element that are used in this transformation is TRIZ tool, okay. So how does it works, okay? So let me show you, okay. Okay, another thing that for young graduates, you need to be curious, okay. You have learned a lot in university, okay, but in the real practical world knowledge, there's so many, just what you call a vast, huge area of knowledge that we need to explore in terms of practical, in terms of providing impact to industry and also to the society, okay. And then from here, actually, you need to understand why does this existing what you call practices, what you call not working well, okay. So you try to introduce new knowledge, okay. You try to apply new way of thinking. This is where it's at the starting point of how you introduce new innovation, okay, to change how do you operate, okay. So TRIZ is one of the tool, a very powerful tool for us to learn and to innovate step by step, okay. So how does TRIZ different with so-called brainstorming, okay. I think all of us are familiar with brainstorming. We want to create a new idea. We want to create a new concept. We use a tool which is very popular called brainstorming. So we want to know what is the difference between TRIZ and brainstorming, okay. So another video for you, enjoy. Okay, so that is the 4 elements that how we differentiate between TRIZ and brainstorming. Okay, so we want to help all of other people to learn about how actually we want to create innovation. Okay, we have a lot of ways and opportunity. Okay, but TRIZ able to show you step by step. Okay, so I've practiced these so-called activities with engineers in my organization. Okay, so we have developing a workshop for all the engineers to solve a problem. Okay, because the engineers, when we ask, we do some survey, we ask the engineers what is actually the tool you use to solve engineering problem. Okay, and most of them will answer that they will use a Japanese tool, a quality tool called Kaizen. Okay, it is a 20 years old tool that are focusing on improving process. Okay, but talking about product, we don't have any specific tool, especially for engineers. Okay, so what we do is actually we educate these engineers. Okay, we try to do a workshop, and the result is very amazing. Okay, we have do a few case study. Okay, on material design, complexity planning, weight optimization, and pattern circumvention. Okay, so the most critical what you call project is pattern circumvention. We try to study all other people pattern. We found one of the pattern is very valuable. Okay, in the market, what we do is study them. We try to duplicate, and then we try to add more value. Okay. So this tool is very powerful, okay, because Samsung, LG, Kia, Hyundai, and all Korean big company are using this kind of tools. Okay. So you can Google, type TRIZ, type Samsung, and you can find out more case study coming from them using this kind of tool to accelerate the innovation of the company itself. Okay. And then from theory number 2 on TRIZ, we can see the progression, the changes of technology. Okay, so in TRIZ, we have trend of engineering system evolution. We can study what happened in the past. We can see the changes until today. And we use TRIZ to forecast the changes in future. Okay. So I show you one example. Okay. This is one of the trend called trend of decreasing human involvement. Okay, whatever engineering system you have, you are moving forward into a less dependency of human involvement. Okay, first you need to do work with a lot of human labor, and then you transfer a certain element into a system, and then you transfer the mechanism into other system, and then you transfer the energy source to other system, and then you transfer more on the control system, and lastly you transfer all the decision making into a system which make the system not dependent on the human. Okay, so the progression that you can see that from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is a trend. Okay, if you can take one of the system, for example, okay, smartphone. Okay, your smartphone is which area? Okay, your smartphone is what you call maybe around 5. Okay, level 5. Okay, it is have some AI. Okay, that they want to go to 6. Okay, they able to control you. They able to make decision for you. Okay, so it's already reached the higher level of system development. Okay, and I also learned this knowledge from my teacher. Okay, this is my teacher, Dr. Mi Jong Song, Vice President of Samsung Electronic. Okay, he teach us how to predict a new forecast technology. Okay, as we know that right now Samsung is leading in developing a flexible smartphone, foldable smartphone. Foldable smartphone. Okay, so they actually have promoted this technology back in 2016. Okay, in US. Okay, so right now they are securing that technology. Okay, So whatever smartphone you have, you use the screen AMOLED is belong to Samsung. Okay, so in Samsung, starting from vice president, from president until the engineers, all of them will learn TRIZ. Okay, so that is the beauty part of TRIZ innovation. Okay, and I've also learned this and tried to apply in Industry 4.0. Okay, is a big word. Developing a product, okay, developing a system. Okay, I show you one of the site in Proton. Okay, can you see this line is actually contribute to the what you call follow the trend of decreasing human involvement. Okay, if you able to have this kind of knowledge, you can predict what's happened in future, and what happened in future you can take action now and to prepare yourself to grab this opportunity. Okay, so the development of a company or industry is always aligned with this so-called what they call, even the industry 4.0 is also aligned with what they call this trend of trees. Okay, so where is all everybody go? Okay, this is the challenge. If you are mechanical engineer, electronic engineer, this place is not for you. You cannot see the people working here and there. Okay, but this company not actually what they call lay off people. Okay, the people is always there. Okay, but they put in different category. Okay, and the people who are working there, expert in welding, been given new knowledge. Okay, PLC programming, and they become robot man. Okay, the position is called robot man, and one robot man able to handle 10 to 15 robot. Okay, so the future of work become more high value. So we need to make sure that we are prepared for these changes. Okay. So because of that, actually, I've joined academic, and once I joined academic, I developed this manuscript, standard and guideline for Malaysia Fourth Industrial Revolution. Okay, and then because of this guideline, I can use three strands to focus what is happen in the robotics development, AI, and so on and so forth. Okay, and then the government invite me to develop the instrument called Industry Forward Readiness Assessment. Okay, so this is the instrument. Okay, we can see that how we want to measure the development of Industry 4.0 for organization. Okay, so this tool able to give you indicators. Where are you right now and where actually you are need to move forward. Okay, so this is a video about Industry 4.0. Check it out.
Imagine your industry. We've embraced Industrial Revolution 4.0 and automation. Believe me, we can become a very successful state. That we need to be ready for the next generation of things.
A lot of our industry now is moving forward into Industry 4.0.
Technology itself is very crucial for us to be able to be more competitive. It's already part of modernization. The industry must go forward.
Also to participate in the Industry Forward assessment is because we know where are we going.
To assess our readiness level, whether we are really ready. All angles of manufacturing, management, and human resources is covered. We know where the gaps are so that we can make our plan how we want to move forward. It also has shortened our period
to assess our readiness and expedite our process to adopt the Industry 4.0.
Basically, is to make our company relevant and sustainable in the next 10, 20 years.
And that is very important because everything moves so fast. You have to catch up.
This is about embracing the new industry. We can still do this if you are ready to embrace the Industry 4.0.
So you can see me in which part? I think this part good. Yeah.
Ready, all angle and human.
Okay, this is me and my colleague, Mr. Shukri. So we become one of the members lah.
Where the
video.
camera so that
So actually helping a big company in Malaysia in automotive, in aerospace section. Okay, let me show you the case study. Okay, okay. So this is the case study. Okay, the company able to save about 4.8 million cost reduction using the concept of Industry 4.0. Okay. Okay, and then the last part is actually I would like to share with you that this TRIZ is also become a future element in education for Malaysia. Okay, so try to make innovation more inclusive, meaning that we teach innovation at school. Okay, not just at industry, but also at all over school here in Malaysia. Okay, so I've been invited by Ministry of Education. Okay, try to introduce curriculum that involve innovation. Okay, so this curriculum is TRIZ. Okay, so meaning that in what you call secondary school here in Malaysia. Okay, every student in Malaysia have the opportunity to learn TRIZ. Okay, so we introduced this TRIZ in one of the subject called Reka Bentuk and Technology. Okay, design and technology, and the textbook have been published in 2018. Okay, and me myself is author for the textbook in school in 2019. Okay, so meaning that all kids, all students in Malaysia have the opportunity to learn TRIZ. Okay, and we have a lot of program here in Malaysia that we teach TRIZ in various level of school. Okay, and try to help them to become ready for innovation competition. Okay, all over the world. Okay, so they can learn this new knowledge and they become what you call inventor of what you call their innovation project. Okay, and one of the student that are involved in this project, okay, won what you call a National Innovation Award. Okay, won the National Innovation Award in 2016. Okay, meaning that school kids learn TRIZ and they can achieve this. Okay, so for all of our members here, okay, please learn TRIZ and become more greater than this. Okay, and then we also teach TRIZ in diploma, degree, masters, and also PhD. Okay. And I think the last part before I stop here, okay, I would like to share that TRIZ also able to support you in terms of entrepreneurship. Okay, so maybe once you graduate, okay, you could have a challenges in finding a job. Okay, so maybe you can start first by become entrepreneurs. Okay, start a business first, your own business. Okay, so we need to find a business that is high value, high impact. Okay, according to our resources, according to our knowledge. Okay, we want to move forward. Okay, we want to create a job. Okay, so we learn TRIZ and develop to find opportunities, okay, which is high value job, okay, high value work. We want to develop our own technology. So we try our best to develop this technology strategically so that we can create more impact or more value to the society. Okay, so everyone can learn this kind of tool and start to develop from idea to commercial. Okay, so we need to develop our ideas right at the first time. So once you develop your ideas and become a very strong company, use technology or what's not, it can able to maximize and optimize your commercialization. Okay, so TRIZ able to be used in various areas. Okay, and all of this is actually support the goal SDG 9, which is make industrialization skill become available in all of us, and so does the technology and innovation that we actually try to what do you call use our creativity skill, innovation skill using trees, and actually create impact in our life, in our organization, and also in our community. Okay, I think that's all from me. Okay, thank you very much for your attention, and hope we would like to invite any question after this. So I will, for more information, you can write to me, okay, through my email, zolasni@utm.my, or you can just WhatsApp me if you have WhatsApp, okay, directly, text me. You can visit also my Facebook, TRIZ Malaysia. We also have partners in Indonesia, okay, and also YouTube channel. All right, okay. So that's all from me. I will pass back my floor to our moderator, Professor Danang. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Zulhasni. I'm I'm kind of overwhelmed. You say that Professor Danang.
I mean,
You know, I'm a big type of guy, but you know, I'm not yet. But just thank you for this lovely presentation. And okay, let's see if we have some questions. Do we have some questions from the participant? Let me check it first. Right. If you have any questions, you can raise your hand or write in the chat box or in a link that Miss Vivi already sent to you. While we're waiting, I'm kind of curious about.
Sorry.
Oh,
Danang,
right.
There is
Okay.
There's just one question at the link, Pak Danang.
Right, but I can see there's Nur Hafizah, Vio. Do you want to ask directly? Okay. Yes, you may. Go.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, Dr. Zulhasni. My name is Nur Hafizah from Chemistry Department. In the previous videos, one of the steps of increasing creativity is gain more expertise rather than more people in the team. But as colleges, I think we are not that expert for some field. So what should we do for increasing creativity rather than gain more expertise? Thank you.
All right, good question. Okay, this is a very common question for graduates. Okay, so yeah, I agree with you that expertise come with experience. Okay, maybe when you want to apply for job, they put there 2 years experience. Okay, 2 years experience. So if you do not have 2 years experience, you cannot apply for the job. Okay, so this is a very great challenge for graduates. And also I also facing the same challenges. Okay, I also facing a challenges. So the first element that for me to break these so-called challenges is actually the knowledge. Okay, updated knowledge. Okay, so my first job is as a mold designer. Okay, and during that stage I why the company hire me as a fresh graduate, because I've mastered a certain software application, which is not so many people able to use this kind of software. And this software I've learned from university. Okay, so my first recommendation is try to learn a lot of new knowledge from your time and your experience in university. Okay, the only place that have updated knowledge, latest technology, and latest what you call expertise, which is your lecturer. Okay, try to use them. Okay, try to learn from them. Try to acquire this kind of so-called niche skill. Okay, and once you go out to the industry, you try to apply a job, and they will see you. Oh, okay, you have learned this kind of software. You have learned about vision analytics. You have learned about so-called in chemical this kind of material, so-called graphene. Okay, so this graphene is so-called new material, advanced material, which you cannot learn anywhere but university. Okay, so you need to identify what will be the latest technology, latest tool, and so on and so forth. Even though you are fresh graduate, okay, but with the experience, a little experience on graphene material, okay, in industry is a big thing. Okay, so that is one of the recommendation and suggestion for me, for you. Okay, the second part is once you got a job, okay, you try to identify who is the most senior and the most knowledgeable person in the organization. Okay, and then you need to learn from them closely. Okay, because in certain organization, normally the top management will look up people with high knowledge and high expertise. Okay, and suddenly you come in as a fresh graduate, so you are in the bottom part and this guy is in the top part. Okay, so what you're supposed to do is actually to learn and to follow whatever knowledge they have. Okay, in my experience, I identify this one particular person which is very valuable for the company, but the qualification is low. Okay, I have degree, he don't have a degree. Okay, but he is highly positioned because of their experience and knowledge. Okay, so I put some mission in myself. Okay, I want to be above him. Okay, so I want to learn whatever he already learned. I want to it become a motivation. Okay, to learn from the expert. Okay, and try to be far more better than this person. Okay, so when talk about expertise, okay, it depends on your passion. It depends on your what you call spirit. Okay, spirit to learn, to be curious. Okay, this is actually the shortcut. Not the shortcut lah. The fastest way for you to gain a lot of experience. And the last recommendation is learn from problem. Okay, problem is the best platform for you to gain expertise. Okay, in my what you call sharing that I show it to you, I've learned from project. Okay, project developing cars from Saga, Inspira, Izora. From there, that's the only and the best what you call opportunity for me to learn and to gain my expertise what I have right now. Faster, better, cheaper. On-job training. Hope that answered the question.
Thank you for your response, Dr. Zulhasni.
You're welcome.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Zulhasni, and thank you, Vio, for asking. So there's questions here from Maulvi. I'm going to read it. Does the TRIZ method taught to children in Malaysia have a significant impact on them? What is the evidence?
Okay, thank you for the question. Okay, so the first what you call introduction of TRIZ is starting from the government agencies, from the Ministry of Education. So actually, Ministry of Education looks into the skill of complex problem solving from a World Economic Forum, okay, and they take this kind of recommendation very serious, okay. So where actually we want to the platform for Malaysia to teach problem solving, complex problem solving, okay. In Malaysia, we don't teach kids in kindergarten. We don't teach problem solving. In primary school, we don't have this opportunity to teach problem solving. In secondary school, yeah, we just introduce. But before that, there's no subject of problem solving. In the degree, university, okay, we also don't teach you how to do problem solving. But once you graduate and you want to work in the industry, everything is about problem solving. It's not about fluid mechanics. It's not about what you call isotope or whatever it is. It's not all the textbook that you acquire in your library is maybe a little based on the job. Okay, but in the real world, it is not theoretical world. It is not an ideal world. It is a real world that is complex, that all about problem solving. Okay, so this is the challenges why the Ministry of Education would like to take up problem solving tools into their education mainstream. Okay, so they study a lot of tools. We have design thinking, we have computational thinking, we have TRIZ, we have all these tools. Okay, but all these tools have their own areas of focus. Okay, for computational thinking, yeah, we have also introduced that in our education, but it is more specific in terms of programming, IT. Design thinking is more towards voice of customer. Okay, and TRIZ is more towards voice of technology. Okay, so once the education wants to promote innovation in terms of product development, product innovation, then they will choose TRIZ and put in the mainstream education textbook. Once it's been introduced, I become a part of the partner there, okay, working with the government, and we try to reduce the complexity of the knowledge, and we try to educate school teachers and and student. Okay, as far as right now, we have received good feedback. Okay, one of the case study that I'll show you, that the student won National Innovation Award at the national level. So this is the impact that have been created by one of the pilot project in introducing TRIZ in the secondary school subject. So hope that answered the question.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Zulhasni. So I hope it answers your questions, Maulvi. I think you're there, Maulvi. And we still have some times here, right? If you let me to ask a question, or maybe two questions, maybe just start with one question first. I mean, I'm kind of intrigued with your statement, with criticism or without criticism. Which one do you prefer, like that? So I would like to ask, if how do you know how do you know whether the criticism itself, it's a little bit too much and it becomes counterproductive to the problem solving? So I mean, if you can accept all the criticism and then maybe some kind of too expert, and then just keep counterattack the other opinion. Well, you know, if you're working in academic, or sometimes you're working in the environment of smart people, one or two times you might find something similar situation like that. What will you do?
Okay, good question. Okay, so the criticism and without criticism. Okay, so first of all, we need to understand the concept of criticism. So because it will be vary upon the culture of where we are. Okay, maybe in overseas, the way we do criticism is far more professional. Okay, okay, and sometimes it's not professional juga lah. Okay, compare with us in Asia. Okay, so Asia is more reserved, where we don't show our dissatisfaction. Okay, we try to keep inside. Okay, we don't want to throw out the criticism. Okay, so we show some respect, so-called respect, and we believe that okay, we don't need to criticize too much. Okay, so this is maybe a different culture. Okay, different culture, and some culture really do not promote any criticism when there is a seniority. Okay, there's a big guy there. Okay,
Yeah.
senior guy, and then you are junior. Okay,
Yes.
okay, we don't critique this guy.
Yes.
He will invite trouble. Okay, so in this context, in this innovation, actually we are looking at problem solving. Okay, so the context here is more towards finding a better solution. Okay, so with this kind of context, okay, we actually have a different kind of approach or methodology. Okay, when we talk about academic methodology, okay, I think we some of us experience developing a thesis, a research. Okay, so starting from the first day of research, from the topic, from the format, the font, the paragraph, how many pages, until the appendix and the reference, all of this process will involve criticism. Okay, your title is too long, your pages is too thin, your content is not meet the PhD level, and so on and so forth. Okay, so this is the culture of academics. Okay, they will criticize from front cover to the back cover. Okay, everything that is abnormal we can critique. Okay, so this is on the intellectual and also formality. Okay, in the industry perspective, okay, there is also some element of politics. Okay, and also criticism, sometimes conflict of interest. Okay, for example, I'm from manufacturing, and my colleague is from R&D. Okay, so when we want to throw some solution, my solution will be biased towards manufacturing to make it more productive, to make it more volume, efficiency and quality. Okay, and then my partner here from R&D, the solution will be more biased towards high technology, advanced technology, self-automation, and so on and so forth. Okay, when we bring down these two solutions together, I have my own bias, his have their own bias. When our solution is aligned and fit in, then we don't have any problem. But if my solution is conflicting with the engineering department, okay, then we have some trouble. We have this criticism and so on and so forth, and there will be a lose-lose situation. Okay, because we cannot find the middle road. Okay, middle solution. Then this is actually the nature how we handle this criticism is different according to context. Okay, so go back to the question. Okay, how do you want to address how this kind of conflict? Okay, so I think it will come back to the context, and it will come back to the main objective of the problem. Okay, what actually we want to do, because we need to exclude the biasness. Okay, the best answer for that is we need to be more objective. To achieve objectivity, we need to exclude our bias point of view, our bias experience, our bias towards a certain areas and a certain what do you call value. Okay, so this is actually the best way for us to resolve this so-called criticism.
Okay, thank you so much. Well, I think I'm going to try that when it happens. Wish me luck, finger crossed.
All the best.
So, so there's another questions here. It's from one of the participants, Muhammad Wira. So he's asking how to persuade people to implement TRIZ method regarding there are a lot of conservative individual or groups in societies. So how to persuade people to implement TRIZ method? It's kind of, I think conservative individual or groups, maybe like if they kind of orthodox, or maybe they cannot accept ideas or something. How do you persuade other people to use TRIZ method?
Okay, I think yeah, I also experienced this kind of challenges. Okay, so first of all, you need to start from yourself. Okay, so TRIZ is a tool for us to improve our thinking process. So it's a method of thinking process. That is TRIZ. Okay, so we need to learn more about it. Okay, and then once you are what you call familiar with this kind of tool, it actually create a growth mindset. A growth mindset, meaning you have an open mind, you are more creative, you are what you call think about how to move to grow bigger and faster. Okay, and then along this line you meet a different kind of people that have a fixed mindset. Okay,
yeah,
so they say that I don't want to do this lah. Okay, this is, we already done this before, this is not working. Okay, you are junior people, I'm a senior. Okay, I already seen this. Okay, so don't repeat it again. Okay, something like that lah. Okay, or they will not learn, they're not willing to learn new things. Okay, they're not willing. So what is IoT, what is AI, or what is this what they call new things, so I don't like this. Okay, so this is the fixed mindset. Okay, so the first step is actually to get the knowledge. Okay, try to use it. Okay, and try to develop, we call it small win. Okay, small win, because the first time I've been introduced with TRIZ, I am skeptical. I don't believe in TRIZ. What is this? Okay, I've been in the position of fixed mindset. Okay, I'm familiar, I'm comfortable with the knowledge that I've learned, such as Kaizen, Japanese tools, and so on. So it is my comfort zone. Okay, to learn the tools that I'm familiar with. Okay, but once I do PhD, okay, my supervisor asked me to do TRIZ. So I need to go outside the comfort zone. I need to learn new things from scratch. Okay, when I do some research, all the material in Russia. Okay, so I need to find somebody can talk English or Malay to support my research. I've connected with all of the TRIZ experts all over the world, asked for opinion on my research. And fortunately, I have one engineer in Intel in Malaysia, okay, that support me. Okay, so I've able to move forward. And then to break my skeptical feeling about TRIZ, I've learned it. I try in a small project. We call it small win. A small project produce a small impact. That is actually the first strategy that is you need to do. Okay, and once you accumulate a small win, it become a very strong justification for you to bring it, escalate it into the higher level. Okay, TRIZ able to increase the problem solving skill for our graduates. Why? Because of I have this case study, I have this achievement, our student won award competition, blah 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 blah. So this become a very strong justification for us to push TRIZ become one of the subject in engineering or in general courses in our university. Excuse me. So a small win strategy works. And I also convinced at that time, I share with others, I developed a cost reduction program, and the company able to achieve 13 million ringgit per year of cost saving because of this project. So that is how we want to kickstart our TRIZ program.
Oh, right. That's quite interesting. I mean, just in case if this person, this what you call that, the conservative one, still didn't go as we want, like they kind of stubborn, will you still persuade that person, or will you leave him or her?
Wow, okay. So don't divorce her.
Yeah, well, it's
Okay.
like will you do as if like Toyotomi Hideyoshi, or will you do as if like Oda Nobunaga, kill that person, we're going to find someone else, something like that, or just keep trying, or you want to do like Tokugawa Ieyasu, it's like be patient, we will wait until he realizes that we're doing the right thing, or what will you do?
Okay, first of all, we cannot control the heart. Okay, that is a very general statement. We cannot control the heart of other people. Okay, and we cannot also read what is in their heart or in their mind. Okay, so the best way actually we want to engage with people who believe that, who have a skeptical or maybe look so-called trees or innovation in what you call negative lenses or perspective. Actually, we need to create a understanding level, understanding platform. Okay, if we engage with this kind of people, we need to understand actually why they disagree with what they disagree upon. Okay, it could be not about the knowledge, but it is they disagree about the implementation. Okay, maybe they disagree about a certain element. So understanding between these two party is very crucial. Very crucial. Okay, because it could be a misinterpretation or miscommunication that leads towards this disagreement. Okay, and if we don't address this so-called understanding correctly, it will what you call outgrow into something more dangerous. Okay, because again we cannot read and we cannot change the heart of people. Okay, and sometimes it can go very extreme and it become worse. Okay, so in introducing new knowledge, in introducing new kind of what you call so-called trees, okay, basically we need to look into the challenges that the organization have right now. Okay, for me as a consultant to solve an industry project, okay, I ask them to give the most challenging project, the most challenging problem that you face in the organization, the most high value wastage, the high cost project that you have right now, give it to me. Okay, that is the challenges. And then we ask them, what is the problem that cannot be resolved for so many years? After 5 years, after 10 years, the problem is not resolved yet. Okay. So this is actually the entry point for you to test TRIZ as a innovation tool. Because, hey, if I'm unable to solve this problem for 5 years, and then this somebody come with TRIZ, kan? So give it to them and challenge them if TRIZ able to resolve this so-called high value problem, high cost problem, and also the problem that is prolonged, never been solved so many years. Okay, so we need to use this kind of platform, okay, this channel, to bridge with people who might have a negative perception. Okay, because if they don't join you, they will challenge you. Okay, so if they cannot challenge you, they will join you. So that is the trick.
Okay. So that's this question from Muhammad Wira. I think you have your answers from Dr. Zulhasni, and maybe if that person is still stubborn after you did that, you might want to go with TRIZ. You know, maybe it's coming from the Russian girl's name, so maybe the person got softer after hearing that TRIZ is kind of like Russian girl's name, because it's it's kind of hard to learn. And so I think we have conclude this that this we can I conclude this lecture for today, Dr. Suhasni?
Yes, please proceed.
Yeah, right. Okay, so in short, it's actually understanding the TRIZ method, like the problem and solution that always repeated, and then there's a patterns of technical evolution that's also repeated in industrial, and you can find the innovative solution that comes from the outside, and always try to get out from your comfort zone. I mean, if you have a problem, do not be in the system, but you have to get out and find the TRIZ method and try to solve it in a short amount of time, 15, like let's say 15 minutes, and it can affect the cost of quality, and it also can make a lot of innovation. And you can find that problem solving is something that that's always repeated, and always you can always do it and make it more faster and more efficient in some way. So I hope I can get your point. I mean I cannot explain all of that, but it's kind of what I get from the TRIZ method. I mean, after all, and if some of the participants ask for the material for this TRIZ presentation from your presentation, will it be okay to share it for the participant?
Yes, I will share it with the program coordinator later on.
Okay, so the committee, Dr. Zulhasni will give the material to the committee, and the committee will share it to the class and to the participant later on. So thank you so much for having us here, and we're enjoying the lecture today, and we learn a lot. And let me okay. I will return the session to Miss Fifi. Miss Fifi, you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so please carry on.
Okay, thank you so much for Dr. Zulhasni and also Pak Dana as our moderator today. Furthermore, we would like to present a certificate awarding to Dr. Zulhasni and also our moderator today. Okay, can everyone see the screen?
Yes.
Yeah, I can
So
see
the
this.
certificate awarding first goes to Dr. Zulhasni.
Okay, thank you.
I think you need to put the name Zulhasni.
Okay.
Yeah,
This one. Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. And next to Pak Dayanto, the certificate awarding.
Thank you so much.
So much.
Thank you.
And before we end today's session, we would like to have a photo session together with our honorable speaker. So for the participant, please turn on your camera.
I'm holding my breath.
Okay, so since that we have 9 slides, so it's going to take us some minutes.
Okay.
For the first slide, please turn on your camera and smile. I'm going
Trying to make
count.
myself smaller here. I need to go further, perhaps. I'm still fat.
Okay, I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, and smile. Okay, the next slide. 1, 2, 3, and smile. The next slide. 1, 2, 3, and smile. The next slide. The next slide. Okay, the last slide here. Okay, we have taken a group photo sessions. Then for the participant, don't forget to fill the feedback through the link at intip.a/lp feedback 2021 that you can also see on the Zoom chat room. Finally, we have reached the end of today's club learning program, and we sincerely apologize for any mistake we may have made in presenting as the Master of Ceremony and Committee. Thank you very much to Dr. Zulhasni as the speaker today, and also to Pak Dana as the moderator today, and all the participants for the attention and cooperation. We will see you in the next club learning program. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much.
Thank
Thank you so much
you.
for the participant, also Dr. Zulhasni. Pak Danang, see you tomorrow, Pak Danang.
I will see you again tomorrow.
Yeah,
For
with
the next.
the different.
I'm saving your WhatsApp number, Dr. Zulhasni.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have my message later on if I'm coming to Kuala Lumpur. Hopefully, if the pandemic is.
I also plan to maybe get an opportunity to give a physical
ITS.
lecture
Yes.
to your university.
Of course, of course.
We hope that
Okay.
the pandemic must be done possible.
Yeah.
So we can visit each other.
Yes, yes.
Thank you so much for coming this session.
Thank
the
you.
participant.
Thank you.
Allow me to end this session and have a blessed day. Bye bye. See you.